Real-time car talk show. Just ahead, we talked to Doug Demore about the long haul rally. I think you're going to like this one. Jeff has the Motor Minute, and I'll review the new sedan that got 47 miles per gallon while I drove it for a week here in Houston. Howdy. Along with Mike, he's got his teeth in Mars. We need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday for our live broadcast. If you're listening and watching on a podcast, we thank you very much for doing that as well.
We were 1 second late getting on. I saw the clock. 1 second late.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Just like I pointed out, Mars has his teeth in.
Exactly. Everybody needs to know all this information on Saturday morning.
That's exactly right. Not related to car stuff, but you know what? It kind of sets the mood for the next 2 hours on our live show.
Keeps me up at night.
It does keep us up at night. So, Mr. Mars, how was your week, sir?
It was one of those busy weeks, you know.
Yeah.
You get to the end of the week and you're going, here's my list of things I have not done. Is much longer than the list I
Thank you,
have
Michael.
done.
Yes,
Yeah, thanks for
you.
reminding us
Yes,
of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And so-
ask.
Yeah. And then
Otherwise-
then somebody
otherwise
says,
it was a
it's the
wonderful week."
weekend. You got the whole weekend off. No. Now it's try to play catch up from all the stuff that we had scheduled last week to today.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen either, because guess what? At the top of my list after the show, nap.
I've got laundry to do. I'll see you later.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah.
There's that. Well, let's get to our first guest, shall we? His name is Doug Demore, Long Haul Rally head chief and bottle washer. Doug, Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Where are we talking to you from? Where are you based out of?
I am way over in San Antonio. I'm based out of San Antonio. Yeah. Sometimes
Now, wait a
I'll-
minute. So, okay, so this is about the Long Haul Rally. It has apparently not too much to do with San Antonio. How did that work out, Doug?
No, so yeah, the long haul rally, it all came about. Basically, I wanted to do a rally. I checked into Gumball. I don't have $100,000. I'm sure it's worth it. I'm sure Gumball's worth it, but I don't have $100,000 to do a rally. This started back probably 10 years ago. I had a C6. I really wanted to do a rally, and I just couldn't afford one. So then, years go by. I'm now a chief engineer. I'm making more money, and I still can't afford a rally. I'm 68, and I'm going, I still want to do a rally. So I was like, well, I talked to my wife, and she said, let's make our own. So that's what we did. We were like, okay, well, we'll make our own rally. And we're like, well, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. And we started out trying to do like 100 C8s going coast to coast is where we started.
I need to back this up. So for the Gumball, you need $100,000 to enter your vehicle or enter as a driver. I don't understand.
It is $100,000 to enter. From what I understand, that's the registration fee.
Dang.
And then you still have to get your car to wherever the start is. You have to get your car to wherever after you're done with the rally. You have
Now,
to get
these
that.
are regular
Specs.
street cars, am I correct?
Those are regular street cars also, yeah, but they're Lambos and Ferraris, and they're the hyper cars.
Yeah. It just blows my mind. Yeah.
It's really a different level, and we're not at that level. We don't pretend to be at that level.
Yeah.
Okay. So yours.
Yeah.
So what about
So we're
yours?
doing this more for like the working man.
Yeah, I got you. So what made you decide to go Outer Banks, North Carolina to Monterey, California? That's kind of a more northern location than down here in Texas, or in your case, San Antonio.
Yeah, I travel a lot. So I'm a chief engineer for a TV company, and I travel all 48 states. Well, the 48 states, and my wife has a crafting event in Outer Banks later on this year. I was like, well, do some recon, figure out some extra restaurants and talk to some people while we're out there. So, and we get to do Teledragon again. So
That's very nice. So is this open to all cars?
The one that's coast to coast, we're going to open it up just to Corvettes. We were trying to do just C8s because, one platform, everyone, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm sure you do, the C8s there have run flat tires. So if you have a massive blowout, you're kind of screwed. So we're like, okay, so we need extra wheels and tires.
Like a chase vehicle.
In case that happens, we can at least continue on.
Right.
So
Now, this is not a speed event. Is it a timed event?
it is neither. No, it's not speed or timed. It's kind of just we're all going as quick as possible. No, maybe just as safe as possible to get there. I'm sure we're going to have some spirited drivers, and they're going to get there as fast as they want. But no, we actually built in some checkpoints. So we have an app, and it will direct you to different checkpoints that you can do. They're optional. You don't have to go to the checkpoints.
So let's clarify and tell everybody that this is an event that is in May of next year.
Right.
Yes.
So we don't have to hurry. I mean, is registration still open?
Yeah, registration is going to be open until at least March, maybe April 1st. We might end the registration. So yeah,
Is there a limit to the number of cars?
we are limiting to 100 cars. This is our inaugural rally, our first rally. So we want to make sure we're doing it the right way before we try to open it up to just unlimited.
So in other words, you're only taking the chance of really getting 100 people mad at you as opposed to 1,000.
Well, yeah, I had my wife. Yeah.
101.
Yeah. 101.
Yeah. Always there. Yeah.
So obviously your wife's going with you, co-drivers. Once her event's done, you're gonna head out.
So a 3,200-mile trip, man. You got to really like your neighbors, and preferably not run into the back of one of them, because that's going to be a big mess if you do that.
Or 3,200 miles in a Corvette.
Well,
That's
they're all
different, too.
Corvettes, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's not
that.
like riding in a
So is
big
my
SUV.
is my C5 allowed in the
Yes,
in the event?
all of them. C1
All
through
of them.
C8, all of them. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And you're banking on this, so to speak, as a 7-day event, the 20th through the 27th.
It will be 7 nights. Yeah, 8 days, 7 nights.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
the
figure out how long I need to take off work. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day whenever I first talked to him, that this is a pretty big deal. If you're talking, you got to have a day to get to the beginning, at least a day, and a day to get back from the end. So you're talking a 2-week vacation almost.
Well, I don't know about you, but my math tells me it's going to be at least a 2 or probably 3-day trip to get back to Texas from Monterey, California.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I do it in 2.
Well, of course you are. There you go, bragging again.
I travel a lot for a living, so
yeah.
I'm used to it. Yeah.
Spirited drivers, but not with the intake.
So what can we expect on? I mean, we're going to give a gimme bag at the beginning, and camaraderie, and I'm sure that somewhere along the course there's probably going to be some libations and some fun along the way.
Networking.
Yeah,
Networking.
There's gonna be a lot of fun along the way, but also besides the swag bag, as we call it, we're also doing a side sash. So if you've seen the Monterey Fuel Run, these are sashes that go along the side of the car.
Like on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It won't be the whole door. It will be about half of the door will be just like a stripe, and then the top will say Long Haul Rally, and the bottom will be our sponsors. And then we'll also do a windshield banner. We're giving away free radios, FRS radios, flags, coins for the first 25 that registered. And then we're doing mega prizes throughout. So radar detectors.
Did your wife ever say to you, "Are you crazy?"
Yes. Yes.
No, she probably, from the day that she married you, my guess is.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we did that fast too.
Because listen, I've been teetering in and out of car clubs and car shows and car programs all of my adult life, and I'll tell you what, man, this is a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
And you've probably been on a rally or two or a road trip event with other cars.
Yes. Yeah, I've been on other rallies, and my most memorable rally was more of a deployment overseas. So
I got you.
Yeah.
So we've been on tours. Hot Rod Tour comes to mind, where the organizers, they actually get with the municipalities. Sometimes they have the sheriff's department or fire department. They shut down roads and everything. Is it going to be like that, or are you're on your own going through any particular town?
It probably won't be, because we're only going to be there for a day. I know some of the larger rallies do that, and it's just not within the budget right now. So
Gotcha.
unless we have some other sponsors, step forward, then.
So in other words, if
Probably
In Wheel
not
Time
gonna do
So if In Wheel Time said, Doug, here's $5,000, then you could probably say, oh, okay, we'll try to work you in somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah.
Mike just fell off his chair.
I'll be back after I get some smelling salts. So you mentioned earlier you were talking about somebody having run flats. Like Don's has run flats on his car. So
I have a C5.
right
Okay.
on his C5, and really nice car, by the way. And so what happens if I guess you're coming across the northern part of Texas through Oklahoma or someplace like that. I didn't look at the route that close, but you get out there and you have a flat,
Right.
a blowout. So
Right.
are you just on your
We have a lot-
own?
Hopefully you pull over on the side of the road, at least on the side of the highway.
Right.
And then you can either call us or get on the radio and let everybody know. And then we're going to have a chase vehicle. So I have a Bronco, and we're in the Bronco. We're going to have as many tires and wheels combos as we can fit in there. And we're thinking about using some adapters if we need to. And they'll have the jack, they'll have the pucks, and tire inflator if it's just low. Obviously if it's just low and you have run flats, get off the highway at the next exit, and we'll figure something out from there. But we do have a chase truck. Yeah.
So you got a little bit of help.
Is
following.
it going to be a food truck following behind, or how does that,
That would
work?
be nice. A food truck, beer truck would be great.
Yes.
So everyone's on their own for the hotel lodging and things like that. Once they get the destinations, they can call ahead and make the reservations and things.
Right. Yeah. So the hotels are on your own, except that we are not, I guess partnering is probably the wrong word, but we do have IHG. So the Holiday Inns, we're working with the Holiday Inns across the route, except for one spot, but we're across the route to get the lowest
Yeah.
rate that we can get.
Yeah, discounts and things. Sure.
Yeah. So we're
Absolutely.
blocking rooms basically.
Right. And 100 cars, so you got to have a parking lot that can hold all of that. And then you got to have, accommodation somewhere along the way. And hopefully most of the crew, the 100 cars that are on the tour, are going to be able to stay with each other the entire trip. I'm sure that there'll be some stragglers.
Well, he said spirited driving, and it's a destination thing. You gotta.
I guess.
Plan.
But you know what? For a 7-day trip, I'm thinking I'm not racing the car
Yeah.
across the Americas.
Yeah, we're not doing this isn't going to be like a true gumball. We're trying to get there as fast as we can, and we're not doing that. So, or a cannonball. We're not doing
Yeah.
cannonball.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said there was some checkpoints, and you were talking about the Dragon, some things like that would, make it more of a participant drive, not necessarily just haul and tail across the country.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then for like the Tail of the Dragon, what we're doing is we're setting up a checkpoint at the start in Deals Gap. We're doing a checkpoint there, and then we'll have a checkpoint at the end of Tail of the Dragon. And then at the end of the day, we can see who maybe someone didn't make it. Maybe they got stuck or something on the Tail of the Dragon. They didn't keep it between the mayo and the mustard, as we say.
Yeah.
So we can use the checkpoints not only to kind of get people off path to go see something or a great view or a great picture or a statue or a nice cemetery, not just those things, but we were also using the checkpoints as like a security measure or safety measure.
Right.
Yeah, keep up with everybody.
Exactly. Well, we're not traveling in one long 100 car snake. We're not going to do that. We'll probably just end up from my experience, you end up in groups of 6 to 10 cars.
Yep.
Then you pull over and get gas. I'm not scheduling fuel mileage and all that for all the cars. We're not doing that. That would be a mess.
So is there going to be a great big party at the end? Say yes.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great event. And we're toying with the idea of a big prize of maybe like a surfboard, something that's easy for you to get home.
Surfboard on the back of a Corvette.
I see that. Maybe the Corvette that we've got behind us, since it's a convertible, but I would imagine that, there may be some shipping issues, but that was something that we can work around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Tied got some rope tied on the top.
So if we're interested and we want to check into it, where do we go to do that?
Longhaulrally.com.
Okay. And it's got all the information on there. How much is a registration fee?
We're charging $12.50, so you can do that in different batches if you want. So $250 can get you registered, so you can get your car number, which a lot of people they're really into their car number. We had someone offering money because somebody else already had their car number. So if you want to have a specific car number, you can just pay the $250. It's non-refundable, but that gets you into the rally. We'll get you fully registered, and then you can pay the $1,000 that's remaining. You can pay that by January 1st.
Car numbers limited to 2 digits?
No, you can have 1 digits.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, I
one
just,
digit, 2
trying to
digits.
set the
Well, there's
record
100
straight.
cars. You
Up to
got
100.
yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
be number 99 or something.
Yeah.
No, I guess we don't have to. Now that you bring it up, we don't have to limit it to 2 digits. You could have 7777 if you like.
How about 8675309?
There you go.
I don't know if Jenny would like that.
Exactly. Well, Doug, we wish you the best of luck. It's called
Yeah, sounds fun.
Long Haul Rally, and you go to longhaulrally.com for more information and get all the deets on all of this. And a direct line to Doug if you got any questions. Just
Or
make
his
sure-
wife.
Or his wife. And then be sure and open the wallet.
There you go.
Doug, thanks again. It's great to talk to you.
All right, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, sir.
you.
All right.
All right. Coming up here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, Jeff's Motor Minute, and a review of the car that got me 47 miles per gallon in Houston when the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this 90-second break. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
To join us for the live version of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday, our regular time is 10 to noon Central on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. Or you can grab a 30-minute podcast of our show from your favorite podcast store. It is free and wonderful and available anytime. Time now for Jeff's Motor Minute.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, with the heat and everything, the summertime, and people sometimes neglect to do their maintenance and service on their vehicles. But that's not true.
Sometimes?
Sometimes they do that.
A lot of
So make sure you're doing your 3,000 to 5,000 mile checkups. And I bring this up because I'm about to do my 25,000 on my Buick awesomeness car. So check those out. Make sure you're checking your wiper blades, all your fluids. Kathy brought me home some windshield washer stuff for the car, so we're going to do all that. Make sure you check.
You gonna
them
do this
all.
yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You gonna change the oil too?
No, not change the oil. I'm going to take it in for the service, but I'm just saying the little things you can do. You can check your belts. You can check your tire pressure. You can check your fluids. Check that oil. If it's a little low, go ahead and add it or have it changed, whatever the case. But there are intervals. You've got 3,000 to 5,000 mile. You got 12 months, 15,000 mile. Check your brake fluids. Check your suspension. Bounce the car up and down. Are you getting the right mileage? Are your tires inflated? So do all that now, and you'll have a better summer or end the summer and get into the fall. Back to school's coming, so you're going to need a reliable vehicle to take the kids to and fro. So make sure you've got the maintenance done on that.
Well, I was
I'll
just
send Mike to your house.
for what?
I don't know.
Sorry,
I
Mike.
can
Make 'em
check
angry.
air in the tires. That's about as far as I can go these days.
Yeah. Well,
No, but do your due diligence because your car is going to last if you do that, and the heat's going to kill it.
well, not only that, but you also have Labor Day weekend coming
Yep,
up,
exactly. And you want to be, going to grandma's and all that.
or going to Alabama football game.
They could do that too.
Okay.
Who are they playing?
Southeast Kentucky. It doesn't really make any difference. It's not going to be one of those.
It's a good
you
thing
know-
they've got a hard one coming in there for the big holiday.
Yeah, exactly. Uh huh. A big
St.
hard
Mary's
one. Okay,
Episcopal
well,
Girls School.
You
Yeah,
won't,
they-
you
they-
won't
they
even
gave
go there.
The first string off for the weekend. So
There's so many things I could say right now that are running through my mind, but I'm not.
You need bail
still
money.
early. Yeah. it's
Yeah.
still early.
Well, yeah.
Get your car checked.
All right, time now for this hour's car review. I had the opportunity to drive the 2026 Hyundai Elantra. It comes in these trim levels: Blue, SEL Sport Plus, SEL Sport, and the Limited. I had the Hybrid Limited. This is a smallish sedan. That's what they call it. I would call it like a mid-size sedan. Seats 5. It was all new in 2021. What is really something to make note of is the fact that this is a hybrid, and hybrids are hot. Exterior features include an aero front fascia with a sloping hood to meet the small grille. Part of the reason that I think that the thing gets such good gas mileage. Sharp creases on the door panels can be polarizing, but if you're up to date and a younger person, you might like them. I've seen a lot of them on the road, so apparently they're selling well. Edgy rear end, edgy rear end with sharp edges, very aero back there too, fastback roof line, and black lower valance back there in the back. Aero look overall, what I liked about it. What could use improvement? Maybe offer a racier look option. Don't know, just a thought. Interior highlights include cloth and vinyl. The plastic is throughout the cabin, as you can imagine. That has kind of an economy vibe. It still looks good. Designed well. Simplistic console with AC controls make using it a breeze. Upscale stitching makes the seats attractive and comfortable. And I did like the curved screen that includes instrumentation and large infotainment controls. Trunk room is limited due to the fastback design. If you're trying to get, the steamer trunk back there, that's probably not going to work. What I did like about it overall, the look and the ease of use of all of the things within the interior. It's a good looking shot there. What could use improvement? Well, mine had the optional large 10.5 or 10.25 inch screen. The touch screen doesn't allow for smartphone integration. You got to have a plug to plug it in. Once you understand the price of this, I think you may understand why they shorted it as far as Bluetooth connection is concerned when it comes to some of the GPS stuff. Engine is a 1.6 liter hybrid engine with 139 horsepower. And you think, oh God, 139 horsepower. But you know what? It works in this car. Now, 195 pound-feet of torque, 6-speed automatic transmission. In the city, it is rated for 49 miles per gallon. On the highway, 52 for a combined of 50. I got, in my combination, 47.7 miles per gallon
Nice.
over 404 miles. It's real nice. What I liked about it, the mileage, obviously, without sacrificing performance. What could use improvement? Nothing. Mileage is what this car is really all about. If you have long trips, if you're a commuter, you put a lot of miles on your car, I think that this would be something to definitely want to look at. Ride and handling, mom and pop handling. It's kind of an overall ride feel to it. Handles bumps with ease. What could use improvement? Nothing here. This is a perfect car, again, because of that great gas mileage. How much does it cost, Don?
How much does it cost, Don?
The base trim price is $29,800. Friends, I'm telling you, it's a bargain. Price is tested. This is the loaded out, top of the line hybrid Hyundai Elantra, $31,785.
Wow.
The base model price, if you just want to get into one of these cars, $25,650 is the way to go. Now here are the competitors. Honda Civic Hybrid, starts at $29,395. The Toyota Corolla Hybrid starts at $24,975. You'll want to look at all of these. Hyundai Sonata Hybrid, its cousin, starts at $25,650. I'm thinking, I don't know why you wouldn't want to look at one of these.
Yep.
So that's my review of the 2026 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid Limited. Pretty nice car.
To dovetail on that, kids are going back to college. What a car to go away to college in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice four-door sedan.
Yep.
And when
Easy on the pocketbook, good gas mileage. You're not going to be spending a lot on maintenance and fuel. There you go.
hey, Dad, I wore out the car that you gave me to go off to college in. So here it is back. Probably not a straight fender on it. Probably has 100,000 miles on it. But hey, what the heck?
Yeah.
At least I didn't have any problems, keeping the car running and fixed while it's off to college with my youngster. Next week, I'm going to review the Lexus GX SUV. Going, what? A GX? Well, if you don't know the Lexus nomenclature for cars, the GX is pretty much the top of the list.
Oh.
And it sells for, the sticker price is $120,000.
I was thinking of GAUX, GAU, like in Louisiana, like the GX.
GEAU, go.
Go, yeah.
Go. Well, it's not going to go
not
because
this.
it probably weighs about 6 tons.
Wow.
I'm over exaggerating, but it's huge.
It's a big one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay, coming up next half hour, we are going to have author Greg Stanley with a book that's called The Enthusiast Guide to Car Collecting. Now, so far today, we've talked about big buck stuff, that rally for $1,200.
Yeah.
And we've talked about low-end budget car that gets great gas mileage for under 30. And now we're going to talk to the Enthusiast Guide to Car Collecting. And let me tell you something. From what I have seen, you can go cheap if you want to do that. Or if you go middle of the road, it's not going to be cheap.
Well, it's called economical.
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 Okay.
There you go.
We'll go with that then. So we're going to talk to Greg, and then Jeff's going to have the racing calendar. Mars is going to have This Week in Auto History, and I got to look at some of the headlines we're talking about this week. It's all coming up. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll back after this quick break. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save the paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See this state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Welcome to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, author, The Enthusiast Guide to Car Collecting. We talked to Greg Stanley. Plus, Jeff has the racing calendar. We'll have This Week in Auto History, and I'll have some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. There he is over there. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us for our live show here on this Saturday morning, every Saturday morning from 10 to noon. We try to do a live show. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But we give it the. I see. Look at Mars over there nodding his head with a smile on his face, and prayers in his pocket.
Every morning, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're all that way. All right, let's talk to our next guest. His name is Greg Stanley, author of The Enthusiast Guide to Car Collecting. Greg, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Where are you, Greg? What are you in the shop? Is that a green screen?
Yeah, that's actually my garage. And strangely enough, both of those cars have been sold. I don't know why it keeps showing up, but one is a unrestored Pontiac GTO on the bottom. And that was on Jay Leno's garage about 2 years ago. And then the one up top is a kind of a beater Mustang, but it's a K-Code Hypo Fastback. And,
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, they're both gone. So I have two empty spots in my garage. So if you have something for me, let me know.
You know what? Listen, as a car guy, we always got something for you, Greg. We
I
can
like that
fill
67.
those slots. How much you got in your pocket? How much you willing to spend? That's
I
the
like
real.
that 67 Vet. I love the Stinger hood on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I love
Well,
that hot rod.
I've seen them on Hemmings, Hemmings auto auction, and I'm sure that you could find one on there.
I decided to let the car come to me. Both
Oh,
those
there you
cars
go.
behind me came to me. I didn't search them out, so I'm like, all right, let's see what comes around the bend.
So people know you, Greg, because I know how that works, and it's like, hey, Greg's got a pocket full of cash because he sold those two cars.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
And he's
I'm-
got an empty bay in the garage.
Yeah, two of them.
Yep,
actually.
yep. I'm thinking, Greg, there's a Buick in your future.
Oh, God.
Grand National.
Well,
Sure.
it's going to come to you, brother. It's
Yeah.
going to come to you.
So you like collecting cars that are unique and sought after. That's your thing, I got a feeling.
Yeah, something that has a story or is like a peak performance of the era. Now, let me start with I saw how you closed the last section about cheap cars, and my first car was a '68 Mustang Coupe for $1,000 with a 6-cylinder and a 3-speed. So
There
I'm
you
all
go.
about cheap cars.
Yeah.
It's all about the experience, and it's the enthusiast guide to collector cars, not car collecting. So it's more of an entry guide into the world of collector cars. I don't really talk about collecting cars, other than kind of like, well, if you want a Mercedes 300 Gullwing, maybe don't start there. Maybe start with an entry level Mercedes of the same era.
So what you said in the beginning, you want the car to come to you. So that's probably, is that part of the book that, are you recommending folks do that within the book, or are you actively going out and pursuing a vehicle through the book?
No, I tell in the book, I encourage people to be educated about, the first collector car they might pursue. You might like something, but you know what? You have no idea about it. And I go back to when I wanted an old Mustang when I was like 17 years old, long time ago. And someone told me, when you're looking at these old cars, you don't know what's right and what's wrong. And they said, well, they suggested I join the local club, so I joined the Mustang Club. I became an MCA judge. And, I did that because when I looked at a car, I wanted to know what was right as well as what was wrong to make an educated purchase.
Yeah, what to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's so much crap out there.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. And speaking of that, if you're starting off, you got to start off with buying something.
Yeah.
And, you may be driving it already and not know it. For instance, and we didn't know it at the time, I'm thinking of the Buick, the GS. I mean, they were higher priced cars at the time, but they weren't something that I remember people seeking out, except for real, honest to good, performance-oriented guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to be very-
then they went into the aftermarket, and then it's kind of like lost its zest. But now those cars are well sought after, and they're getting some big bucks in the
Sleeper
fully
hot
restored.
rods. They're like the old Pontiac Bonnevilles and things. Big motor, big car, and it hauled tail.
You agree?
Yeah.
I do agree. Absolutely. And in my book, I actually talk about the Grand National as the American muscle car that kind of kept the muscle car alive. I mean, if you think about it, back in that era,
Yep.
I'm a
There weren't
Mustang guy,
any.
but Fox Body Mustangs weren't fast. They had,
No.
yes, they had a V8, but 220 horsepower. They made a lot of noise, but they weren't fast. That Grand National was faster than the Testarossa of the day, and it's what kept kind of the muscle car flame alive. and the malaise era, as we like
Yeah.
to say.
I'm going to put Greg on my Christmas list. He's talking about Grand Nationals and all that. Oh, just
Hey,
yeah.
you know what? I'll talk about Catalinas. I looked at
Oh,
a
yeah.
421 the other day.
Well, for Jeff has been known to go to the dealership and buy the emblem and put it on the side of his Buick or whatever it is that he's driving. So
That's
people
not true.
Well, it is true because he had a what was the Cadillac wagon?
It was a Cadillac SRX. I had it washed at a Cadillac dealership. The logo or the tag for the 3.6 came off the back. And they said they didn't have one, but they had a V. I said, put it on. So they put a V on the back, and I had an SRX V. And I used to get comments, hey, man, is that really? It's an SRX. That's right.
That's right. That's SRX V. No, not. So he's been known to do this sort of things. So
Well,
One
it's funny you
time, I
say
got
that.
a-
I was at a cruising yesterday, and a guy had a 69 Mach 1 428 shaker hood. I'm like, is that the original 428? No, I said, is that an R code? Because you had the R code or you had the Q code. He's like, no, it's an S code, which is a 390 big block. It's a big block, but he had 428 badges all over that thing.
yeah. Well, there are those, and there are people like me that would go buy that car when it's at a show, a car, wherever it is. The guy opens a hood, and he'd tell me, "Hey, man, this is this," and I would
big
believe
block?
him because I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that, and I'm sure that you've dealt with that. And you've probably been fooled a time or two, I would guess. You've been around long enough that you're going, well, isn't that a... And the guy goes, oh, yeah, it is. And it's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be so careful nowadays. It's crazy. And, just because you buy a car, you're going to make a mistake, especially in your first one, And so that 68 Mustang I bought, I didn't know how to work on an old car, and I would drive it and it would conk out like it wasn't getting fuel. And eventually I realized that there was so much rust in the gas tank, it was clogging the fuel filter.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't have any money. And so when it would do that, I would pull over, I'd pull out the fuel filter, shake out the rust. I put the same fuel filter back on it. And I did
Sure.
that for like a year and a half because college kids have no money.
Yeah.
No. So would your book, the Collector's Guide, would that help somebody with some of that stuff, kind of working through it?
Yeah. So in the Collector's Guide, I really wanted to give an overview of every car era. So it's not a deep dive. It's not like, the cylinder wall thickness of a 917 Porsche, anything like that. But it's like, what is the era, like brass era? What is that? Why is that important? What are some innovations of the time? Why do these cars matter? But then it also has collector considerations. So if you do want to buy one of these cars, what are some things to think about before you do purchase one of those? I do like a timeline of the era. Like, back then they didn't know if we're using a steering wheel or a tiller, right side, left side. So what was some of the innovations that occurred during that era? And then I also have like what I call the collector's ladder. So what's an entry level brass era car? What's a mid level? And then what's a blue chip? And I throw in some fun auction results because those are always fun. But it's really meant to give an overview of all the eras of this hobby we love so much, but in an easy, accessible, you can read it like in 5 hours. I mean, it is 400 pages, but there's like a ton of pictures and fun facts. Should be an easy read. And it's the first in a series. So I'm working on the Enthusiast Guide to Porsches now. I'll do American Performance at some point, which will
There you
have
go.
obviously Buicks and Pontiacs and Vipers and all that kind of stuff. So
There you go.
So, Greg, what are your thoughts about going to auctions and maybe perhaps finding a car that you think you like and buying a car on the auction scene?
I think you need to have a car specialist with you, I guess is the best way to put it. You need to do your research. I guess that's the best thing to say. I worked as a car specialist with RM Sotheby's for a few years, and the smartest buyers were the ones that reviewed the car ahead of time. Maybe they had the specialist drive it for them, did all the homework, because there's some incredibly great cars. And it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for an entry-level car, that's a lot harder than if you're looking for like Clark Gable's Duesenberg that everybody's known about for 40 years. Like you could go out there and say, all right, I know what this car is. This is it. It's legit. Whereas if you're going to find your first $15,000 car, you have a lot more stuff to kind of wade through to figure that out. So yeah, definitely need to do your
And
homework.
when you
really.
said $15,000 car, that seems to me to be kind of a sweet spot to get going in the car collector market, because I think that there are a few of those out there that are decent to invest in, maybe keep for a couple of years, and then move on to something else or add to the collection?
Yeah, or
How
make
do
it
you
a project,
Feel,
yeah.
what do you feel about that?
I love that. And I think, you guys might scoff at me, but one of your cheapest ways into the collector car hobby is like a 57 Chevy Bel Air 4-door.
Yep.
You got some great looks to it. You can still get the V8. You can learn everything you want. I know where there is one that I should buy. I'm just like, why am I not buying this car? Black with red interior. And yeah, people, you know what? The 4-door hurdle is getting much lower with today's enthusiasts because they're used to high performance 4-doors. So, a 4-door of any generation is a very easy way to get into the hobby. And then maybe if you do want to keep that going, maybe, you graduate to a, 57 fuel injected, convertible Bel Air, like there's ways to get in inexpensively, especially now. Like I bought my wife a 05 Boxster S, more expensive, but it was 30 grand. It's a 20-year-old car. And it only has, at the time, it only had 2,000 miles on it. It was in a collection since new. And, you could buy a really nice early 2000s sports car for 15 grand.
So your book will help anybody from a concourse enthusiast to maybe the guy that wants the 72 Dodge, whatever. So it covers all of that. It'll help them out in those categories.
Yeah. And also it'll help folks understand the other eras. So I've always been a muscle car pony, guy. I judge Ferraris. I like that. I like supercars. I never appreciated the classic era until I researched them. I mean, those cars from like 1928, I think, to 1948, the ones that are at Pebble Beach, those are some of the most special and important cars in the world. And people have been telling me that for years, but I didn't understand it until I researched the era. And I think that's, if you like, my goal is a kid only likes the cars from Ferrari Testarossa or the newest hypercar. Well, Duesenberg was the fastest car for 2 decades. Let's talk about the Duesenberg that was the Ferrari of its time, just exposing new enthusiasts, whether they're 15 or, 80, to the entire spectrum of the collector car world, not just one little snippet.
Well, Greg, you talk about the 57 4-door, and at this point in our lives, the 57 was a long time ago, and a really nice one has been in some sort of a collection or in somebody's garage. It's been massaged, chances are.
Yep.
And, you don't have to deal with the rust and the other problems that come with a car that old. And if you do your homework and you look for one, you're probably going to find one that suits your needs, but it's not going to be the 2-door fuel injected.
Correct. Yeah. And, probably has disc brakes on the front, probably has power steering, probably has a 350 that you could work on anytime.
And air conditioning.
Air conditioning, a lot of good, upgrades, so to speak, without spending, 600 grand for one of these crazy resto mods at Bear Jackson.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, a black with a red interior with some nice white walls on it. That's one of those that you would take to, the symphony on a Saturday night with the wife.
Yeah.
And pray to God that the guy that's going to park the car knows what he's doing.
But see,
And
also
that he doesn't take it for that joyride while you're inside.
Right.
I see some other things because you're looking at the 4-door Bel Air, red interior, black, but and then there's another shiny object that comes in. You're going, ooh, look at that. Maybe I want to look into that. So if that one goes away and you're looking at something else, that's the challenge I see. What are you going to land on?
Right. And to me, Greg, and since you've actually worked for an auction company, one good way to put your toe in the water, so to speak, is to go to a few auctions, not with the intent of buying something, but just to look and see where the car wound up on the auction block and what it actually sold for,
And what it
to
takes
give
to
you
get it.
some real idea about the hobby.
Absolutely. And I love going to Mecum, Indianapolis. I'm based out of Cincinnati. And it's a game I do with my friends. I'm like, all right, everybody, we got to pick, 30 grand. All of us pick the car that we would buy if we were real buyers.
And don't tell each other until the end.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
But even at car shows now, I went to a car show yesterday and I'm like, all right, what actually interests me at this car show that I would actually be interested in buying? And it's really interesting. The only 2 cars that, well, one I can't afford, but 2 I can't afford. But one of them was a 63 silver with red interior, split window, 4-speed. I'm like, that's a great combination.
Yes.
Can't afford that. The other was a Pontiac Bonneville 421 convertible tricarb.
Ooh.
black interior, silver with a black top, and neither were for sale. It's just a game. Then there was a
Right.
Porsche GT3, so I'm like, well, maybe I could afford the Catalina, But like I said, none of these cars were for sale. It was just like dream wishing while I'm walking around.
Now, let me
And
ask you,
that's the thing.
how-
You mentioned Meekum. Meekum comes to Houston, and we've been there a couple of times with the show. But if you're trying to figure out what you want to do, that is a great car show just to go there
yeah.
and walk through all the cars. They try and have 1,000 here in Houston. That's a lot of cars to go look at, even before they hit the auction block.
Yeah, I'm headed to Monterey next week, and Broad Arrow has just been announced. They've become the biggest sponsor of my podcast and my book series. And so I'll be hanging out at Broad Arrow. And if you look at some of their cars, they're absolutely unbelievable. I know the headline car is a black Enzo with red interior that's going at no reserve, which that's just an insane car, but they're pretty deep. And then you look at all the auction houses. I mean, Sotheby's has got, some estate sales that are just mind bending, and then, that's a lot of those auction houses. It's as good as a concours show. And you see the cars be driven up to the stage and started up, people looking at them. So it's just a wonderful event to go to.
I'm thinking that you've got 2 slots there in the garage, a pocket full of
You
cash.
gotta help me.
Yeah, pocket full of cash, and you're just waiting for that moment to get that next car in the collection. What is it that you're really going to go after now?
So I say I'm waiting for the car to come to me, but I've got 2 that I have known for like 5 years, and they might be available. And this is a turn because I want the experience. I don't want to always have a Mustang. I don't always want to have a muscle car. I want to try new cars, new experiences. So one of them is 97 BMW M3 4-door. But what's key is my friend bought it new. It only has like 9,500 miles on it. And boy, you talk about the next generation getting excited about a car. That's the one they're excited about. The other one is a 79 Porsche, just a regular 911. And I would love to have an air-cooled Porsche and just to try it out once. And those are the 2 that are on my immediate radar. But I think I'd like to try something German. A friend of mine's got a 72 Mercedes 3.5 2-door coupe that might be interesting, So I don't know.
It really boils down to blonde or brunette. That's where I look
I'm
at
all
it.
over the place.
Yeah, something. Hey, Greg, it's great to talk to you. And we thank you so much for joining us today. Great book, The Enthusiast Guide to Car Collecting. Greg Stanley is his name. Thanks so much. Hey, keep in touch with us. Let us know how things go.
Particularly
that
when you
Catalina.
get to that muscle car book, definitely.
I will, for
All
sure.
right. All right, Greg. Thanks again. Appreciate
Thanks,
you. All right. Hey, just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. And I'll bring you this week's automotive news headlines. All coming up here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We're back right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 15 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on the local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcast, too, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Did you say?
Fun and adventure.
And yes,
I was repeating the
it is.
commercial.
It is adventurous. There's no doubt about
And
it.
it's fun.
In Real Time Car Talk Show live edition on the air 10 to noon Central. Listen and watch every Saturday here on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. If you miss it, you'll be able to connect through a podcast from your favorite podcast channel anytime. Okay, time now for the racing calendar.
Woohoo!
Jeff,
All right.
this is the end of the summer that we're coming up on. Kids going back to school next week, most of them anyway. And I'm thinking, racing should be gearing up for a fall run.
Right. And who are we brought to? This is sponsored by.
Oh, the Texas
Texas
Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Thank you very much.
You're
But yes, they had a break last week, they call it the summer break, and now they're getting into the fall because there's only going to be so many races in each series before they get to like the final cut, and then they go for the championship. However, Formula One is off this week. They will be returning on August 23rd. NHRA is off the same weekend. They're going to come back 20th through the 23rd. So that's going to be
That's the big race.
right. Going to be the Dutch Grand Prix for F1, and then there's going to be the Brainerd Nationals.
Oh, Brainerd, yeah.
Brainerd. Next, actually, it's the 20th through 23rd, correct. Today, you've got the O'Reilly Series for NASCAR. They're at Iowa. That's going to be on the CW
Oh, yeah.
tonight.
Come get some corn.
Yeah. And then NASCAR Cup is going to be in Iowa. They're going to be tomorrow on the USA Network. Indy, I watched a little bit of Indy practice yesterday and a little bit of practice this morning. It was a repeat. They're in Portland tomorrow, so that will be fun. Yeah, tomorrow, Portland. Lawnmower racing is off. They're all sharpening their blades and airing up their tires. So we're going to get back to that on the 22nd.
I saw a lawnmower race on one of my reels on Facebook the other day. My God, they must have been doing at least 75 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
They got them low to the ground.
yeah,
They
there you go,
leaning
yeah.
into the corners. All right, time now for This Week in Auto History. That would be Mr. Mars' job.
Yes, sir. We got a few things that we picked up this week that we thought would be interesting to watch out for. Way back in 1917, racing legend Barney Oldfield took his unusual Golden Submarine to a lot of new speed records. Now, this vehicle was built, is completely enclosed, and it was streamlined and built because a fellow driver, Bob Berman, was killed in an open cockpit race car. So Barney wanted something a little bit safer. So he got with Harry Miller and Fred Offenhauser, and they built this enclosed racer. Now, during his time racing, 1917, for example, he took this vehicle to record speeds. I mean, this guy was cooking, got up to 80 miles per hour in this vehicle. So it's lots of speed records back then. Then the next thing we have is August the 10th, 1907, the first Peking to Paris automobile race ends. Now, think about Peking to Paris. Now, that is 10,000 miles that you got to go. You got to go across the ocean, literally everywhere. There was no modern highways. There was no GPS, no roadside fuel
But they had lots
stations.
of ducks.
Yeah,
Peking
they had to
Peking
cross-
ducks.
Yes, they crossed deserts, and there's even one of these pictures is of the bridge that collapsed when they were trying to go across it. So they had to dig out of the bridge to carry on. And this was actually a picture of the winner that won this race when he was trying to get through this bridge. Now, the next we have August the 11th, 1966, the first production Chevrolet Camaro was built. And it was really a non-pilot production car, and it was completed in Norwood. They created this specifically to challenge Ford's Mustang, and they even invented a little mystery around its name before the announcement. And so they had played a game with it, and it offered everything from 140 horsepower six-cylinder to a 375 horsepower 396. Then coming up next in August the 12th of 1908, the first production Model T is completed. Now, this is important because it really wasn't famous as part of the moving assembly line, but that's what really brought this out and really made it affordable, and it changed the automobile from a luxury item, something that only the rich people could afford, into something that was more practical transportation. Ordinary Americans could actually afford to buy this. Now, they began to run. Ultimately, there was 15 million of these cars that were built and sold. Then on August the 13th, Friday, August the 13th, 1898. Now, this one, I thought this was really interesting because, if you go buy a car, you expect it to be really good. But what if you bought a car that was so bad that you complained so much that the car maker said, well, if you can do better, go build your own, which is exactly what happened when James Ward Packard bought his new Winton motor carriage. He drove it home to Ohio from Cleveland, and it did not go well. He had a lot of troubles. He complained a lot. and eventually went and told him, if you think you can do better, do it. So he went out and started the Packard Motor Company. So that's what led to Packard being built. And the same thing happened to Ferrari because Lamborghini was complaining about the Ferrari. So Ferrari said, well, if you think you could do better, go do it. So he did. So that's how we got the Lamborghini just as well. So that's a few things this week in auto history coming up that you might find interesting and want to look into a little more.
I did. Yes. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ford Motor Company's upcoming $30,000 electric pickup. Yep, they're going to do that. It's going to be called the Fathom. Fathom, Fathom. Ford revealed the name and starting price of $29,945 with shipping. That's just under the $30,000 threshold executives said the truck would target in a bid to address the industry's growing affordability crisis. They didn't say anything about getting the car or truck charged. The automaker will open pre-orders for the Fathom in both countries in early 2027, Canada included, with delivery starting later this year. Ford will build the truck in the Louisville, Kentucky plant using a new assembly tree process. Good luck in trying to find out what that means.
Okay, what's the over and under on recall?
Less than a year after discontinuing its entry-level Escape and with hybrid sales surging across the industry, Ford is preparing to address both needs with a new vehicle that would be its lowest price model. Ford executives showed dealers at a private meeting in Las Vegas early mock-ups of a small crossover that'll have a starting price of around $25,000, according to multiple people who were in the room. The vehicle, which the people said would be offered in gasoline and hybrid versions, is expected to go on sale in 2029. 29.
Yep.
This is 26. A lot can
7,
happen
8, 9,
between
that's
then.
3 years.
Natural disaster has struck again at Toyota with a typhoon, forcing the car maker to close plants across Japan on August the 7th, just a day after it restored auto output in the wake of a deadly earthquake. As the storm approached, Toyota suspended 17 lines across 9 of its 14 assembly plants in Japan for both shifts because of disruption in maritime shipping. Latest suspensions affect the Corolla, Camry, Prius, RAV4, and the sedan, sport, and crossover variants of the Crown series, as well as the BZ and CHR electric utility vehicles. German auto group Volkswagen plans to overhaul its U.S. strategy with new management and a revised and expanded product lineup, including a new pickup, a company source told Reuters. Marco Schubert, previously held head of sales at Volkswagen's premium brand Audi, is moving to the U.S. to replace Kjell Gruner, CEO of Volkswagen Group of America, who is leaving the company. You're fired!
You
That's
know, I got one
basically
word for
the way
that.
that went.
One word. Again.
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 Yeah, they're still trying to find their place. I don't understand what they're doing. Dodge giving the Charger 6-pack a jolt with a 600 horsepower Super Bee out of a straight 6. Reviving a legacy badge known for performance, the Super Bee Launch Edition is the most powerful gasoline-powered Charger of this generation, surpassing the 550 horsepower V8 Scat Pack. Super Bee employs the same high-output version of the Hurricane inline-6 engine, but it squeezes out more power with custom calibration, larger 56-millimeter Garrett turbos, and enhanced thermal capacity. So take
Wonder
that.
if the rental car companies are going to have any.
Ooh, man,
That'd be
don't you
cool.
know? Yeah. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save-the-paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See this state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. a hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill's Sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, Richard Tomlin.
What?
Yeah, he's back. He's anxious. He's sweaty, and he's down in Alvin, and we're going to talk to him. Plus, Jeff has a story about a possible four-door Camaro from GM. And Mars has the last blast before the bell in this week's Driving Destinations. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley, he's sleeping in. I've not heard from him or talked to him all week long. I'm kind of worried, but whatever. Those are those deep worry wrinkles up here.
I don't think you should. You don't need to be worried about.
He's
David.
getting over his vacation. He's playing catch up.
No, he's angry because it's over. Yeah, that's what that's all about.
Too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's shift our attention down south. A lot closer to the coast of the state of Texas. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Tomlin. Good morning.
Good morning. Is the mic working today?
It's working, but we can hear me flopping back at me here. So your volume may be a little loud.
Well, you got rid of us. Did we get rid of you though?
Well,
I think we got rid of him.
Now I'm back. Is that
No,
better?
because I don't know. Well, we can't hear ourselves coming back, but you're a little jumpy.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Carry on.
Mars, carry on. Mars, is this going to work for you? It's a little jumpy.
A little jumpy. We I think the audio if it gets too jumpy, we'll just shut the video off and just keep talking to him for a moment.
Okay. So, Richard, I see that you made it off the mountain and you're back in your comfort zone down there. And
We actually did,
so
and-
what?
An amazing year.
Yeah. Well, and congratulations on your successes. You don't have to be first, but as long as you keep climbing the ladder, you're going to get there eventually.
That's true. We had the pleasure of qualifying top 15 this year in what they call the Hellafast 15. So lots of additional recognition and sponsorship opportunities show up with that. And race day, we ran up there and had a little issue with a throwout bearing. Still managed to pull out 16th overall at a international invitational race only. So it was a really good year, and Big Bird came up behind that, 52nd overall out of 74, and NASCAR motor made noises and slid around corners, and the fans loved it.
Did you say something about a throwout bearing? That would mean that it's got a clutch in it.
Oh, correct.
Well,
all of our cars have clutches.
Yeah, not Big Bird. You're talking about the one that ran in front of it.
Yeah.
I understand, but it's still a throwout bearing that he had an issue with. I didn't think that you had issues with throwout bearings anymore with sealed bearings.
Yeah, not usually. When you're Richard, though, you have a lot of problems. So.
there is that.
It goes
Yeah.
with the
So
territory.
We had put a new monster clutch in from Dallas. We always love our Texas sponsors, but they had suggested putting a new throwout bearing in. And I said, well, I'd rather not. What I have in there works fine. We wore the clutch out, not the throwout bearing. No, you need to put a new one in. So we put a new one in. And sure enough, what failed during the race, the new part. And that's just how it goes. And sometimes parts work, sometimes they don't. They're only as good as their last test, is what we always say. But, we managed to finish the race. We probably lost 30 seconds overall of time, and that was all just in the upper sector of the event. So we smiled about it and came home and licked our wounds and getting ready for 2027 already.
Are you
Yeah,
really?
Richard,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say you were competing against single cars that had multi-million-dollar budgets. And that's what fascinates me, that you're coming out of Alvin, out of your own personal shop with some sponsors, I understand. And you're competing with these guys.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing when you walk beside crews that and they brag about breaking $1 million budget annually for a race. And it's like we don't have that in our entire program. And probably all the years of us competing since 2010, we don't have that. But we have a good time with friends and family, and get to go race up a mountain once a year and smile about it and come back home. And to brush elbows with those people, I mean, we were talking about Ford and their EV vehicle. Well, Ford's got the EV they run on the mountain, which is, currently the fastest king of the mountain. I don't want to take anything away from them, but that team runs on an $11 million budget, drags
For that
two
race.
massive generators up the mountain every day to charge their EV vehicle to beat us. So smile about it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, it
That's
sounds like they
what you
bought
gotta
the mountain.
do. I think it's wonderful.
Nice. Life is amazing. A lot of challenges.
Speaking of challenges, what do you got in the shop today? What are you working on? What's making money for the shop?
This morning was a 73 Dodge Demon, 3-pedal, 340 car. Awesome
Wow.
car. Did a lot of paint work on it. We'll deliver that here this afternoon after lunch. Pick up his 69 Roadrunner, bring it back for complete paint as well. We just got a subframe in from Ride Tech for the 69 Firebird, getting LSA motor put in that. So be 850, 900 horse Firebird when it's all done. Of course, we got the Trans Am beside me. 240Z, Austin Healy for Satterfield will be revealed at Wheels, Watches, and Whiskey up at the Stella Hotel. That happens end of September. So 62
Wait a minute.
Austin
Wait a minute.
Healy.
Wait a minute. Are we invited to Wheels, Whiskey, and
Oh,
whatever?
Always. Wheels, Watches, and Whiskey? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
Well,
We'll have a couple
yeah,
cars there, and we'll be there. Come on.
all
be a
right.
good time.
Well,
I'll
we-
connect
yeah,
you.
okay. Mr. Mars, there you go.
You got to wear your Rolly. You got to wear your Rolly because it's watches.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Is that the kind of watches it is? Rolexes?
Yeah, a lot of the higher end watches for sure.
Got to wear your Rolly.
They're actually there doing sampling and whiskey sampling, watches, a bunch of cigars, some high end stuff that Richard doesn't usually buy. But other people like it.
McLaren's.
I bring the cars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say, Mars? McLaren's?
Yeah, they have some McLaren's there. McLaren, isn't McLaren one of his
McLaren's a
sponsors?
title sponsor of the event again this year, so there'll be plenty of new McLarens to come look at.
Where is this event?
It's downtown.
So you know Traditions Golf Course there in Bryan?
Oh, but
it's
Brian.
Bryan. I thought it
Beside
was
Traditions
downtown
Golf
Houston.
Course in Bryan is the Stella Hotel, and we park all the cars on the courtyard at the Stella Hotel, and then some around the front side as well.
And don't
How
they have a
fun.
little cruise or something one morning?
Yeah, it does a round top rally the next day. So it's about a 3-hour rally they do the next day with a bunch of the cars. For the people that are local, they usually do the rally the next day. Everybody else recovers from the whiskey portion of the event and then heads home afterwards.
And you look
So
at your
I'll
Rolly.
I'll take care of that part, Don. You take the cruise in your Corvette.
And then you
Yep.
ask yourself, where did this Rolex watch come from?
Yeah, well, you have to look at the watch to find out how late you are getting back to work. That's what it is. I want to get back to the mountain again. Are you thinking, or is it too early to think about what you're going to do next year so far as getting cars up there? You have anything picked out? How about a C5 Corvette that'll be available soon?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
you've
got one
worked
driver
on.
returning. Ben will be back in Big Bird. We're looking at upgrading that to an actual automatic transmission, the new Dodge transmission
Why?
everybody's using.
Throw out bearing.
Throw out bearing. Is that why?
And then the Apexo set, Yuri, who's been a driver for us for multiple years, taking a year off. He's got 2 kiddos, and it's time to spend some time with the kiddos and
There you
spend
go.
some of the race car money on the kids. So he's going to take a year off, but we've got 4 applicants for the car already, 3 prior Pikes Peak runners and 1 new person from Houston. So they'll all come down. We'll do a test once we get our throwout bearing fixed, and we'll make a selection. on who's
So
gonna run
did
the
you get
car,
these?
and
Did
then
you get
testing
these
will start.
drivers out of the insane asylum, or what? What? And they're all.
No, it's an interesting group. It's kind of like you watch the Isle of Man and you think, how can people go there knowing that 2 to 3 people die every year,
Exactly.
and go enter a race? Well, Pikes Peak, people don't die. It's 2017, 2018 was our last death of Carlin Dunn on a motorcycle. But car-wise, it takes a lot of a mistake to actually end somebody's life on
Okay.
Pikes Peak.
Well,
It really does.
you're still not going to convince me, but it's okay. You don't need to convince me. I got
Understood.
that.
C5's available.
We'll put you in one of our caged cars and send you up there, and you can smile and
No, not a
have you a good
chance.
14-minute
No.
run,
Do you
and then
see?
come back home.
Do you see the still leftover white knuckles that I have right now from the last time I went up there 2 years ago? No.
Yeah, you should be in the passenger
No,
seat. It's better.
no, no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Yeah, you'd be
I would be
cleaning that
I would
seat
be
out if
I
Don
would be
was there.
I would be the lump on the floor shaking all the way up there knowing that I was going next to God and the sun. No, I'm good. Thank you.
It it is very interesting driving up that mountain at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning with a trailer and a truck, and you can only see what your headlights see. And then you turn around to come back down from Devil's Playground in the morning. You're like, what in the world was I driving? It was just crazy
All right.
with
Well,
truck and trailer. It's very different.
One of the other things that we wanted to talk to you about, besides all of the toys that you're playing with there in the garage this week, I don't know how you handle the heat, Richard. I mean, I know that you got some big cooling fans in there, but man, 100-degree heat in the garage, I don't care where you are, it's hot.
Well, we've modified our work schedule, so we're actually working 5 a.m. to 1, so shorter days, hour shorter, but we start early in the morning, and it's like 76 degrees then, so it's quite good. And 1 o'clock, you just go home. And then September, we'll go back to regular hours, so kind of like a summer break.
And the
Like
next door
F1
neighbors
safety,
don't complain.
My neighbors aren't that close.
I know,
You that.
yes, I have.
I've
but,
never been to a shop.
when you have an open exhaust guy going off at 5 o'clock in the morning, that could...
We're pretty
okay.
courteous about that, though. We don't
only on
we don't go
Tuesdays.
starting stuff like that. Yeah, that's race cars are usually
Well,
Saturday, Sundays.
let's talk a
During the
little bit
week
more
is,
about the summer
customer
heat
cars.
and what a enthusiast or semi-enthusiast can do to help combat this summer heat. One of the things in the Corvette is the radiator is kind of sloped underneath the hood, and it gets all of its air from underneath, and it collects all sorts of plastic shopping bags and everything else. And that's something that I think most people would need to check every once in a while.
I think I would expand on what you said there, though. The other thing I will tell you is your AC on your radiator in all of our production cars, and it gets super, super heated, and it will actually cause your radiator to actually heat up as well. But where I'm going with this is next time you actually go to a car wash, maybe you wash your own car. If not, find a shop that can do it for you. But we'll actually take a pressure washer to the back of the condenser and wash out all the grass and debris and plastic bags from driving for 10, 15, 20 years on some of these older vehicles. And it's amazing what we've got. Corvettes that have literally been overheating, changing a condenser to fix it. So clean those things out.
It's the simple things, and that most of the time you don't even think about because you're not under the hood all the time and you're driving the car.
Or it's hot and you don't want to go get under the hood.
Obviously, the cooling system in the car is probably the biggest thing. And so I would imagine that while you're doing that, it wouldn't be a bad idea to change the coolant and maybe look at the hoses.
Oh, no, it's always an issue with hoses and Plant Houston vehicles run very, very hot here. I would give you the old man trick that's been around forever that none of us on this call knows. But somebody listening young may not know that as your vehicle is starting to overheat and get a little warm, roll your windows down and turn that AC off and turn it to heater full blast. And you thereby use another heat exchanger, which is how you create heat in a vehicle. And it will drop the temperature in a vehicle 15 to 20, 25 degrees almost immediately and help you get it to a service center or get it to your house.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yep. That's what's one thing.
simple
What about
steps.
brakes? Do you ever see where brakes have gotten overheated and have warped the rotors and basically failed?
We see a lot of that at the track. Not so much on the street anymore. Just brake systems have advanced quite a bit. I would say early 90s, early 2000s, we had a lot of that where manufacturers were making rotors thinner than I feel they should have. And it's usually OEM stuff that we see failures on more than the aftermarket stuff that we buy to replace and put on vehicles. But it does happen. The warped rotor come up to a brake light and you're standing on the brakes and the whole front end of the car shimmying like it's going to fall apart. 90% of the time, that is going to be your front rotors have been overheated at some point, maybe coming down Pikes Peak, riding the brake like Don.
Or if the brakes are heated up and you go through a puddle or a flood
Water,
or go through a high water
that
area.
helps.
Yeah,
That happens too.
Yep, it will enhance it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Houston.
Yep.
No doubt. I'm thinking, is there anything else that are really summer-related things? We get these downpours in the afternoon. Those windshield wipers have been out there cooking on your window,
Sizzle.
and you all of a sudden get into a rainstorm, and the wipers, that's like there are none.
Well, the theory is June bug season is when you're supposed to change out your wipers once a year. So every spring, when you start killing June bugs, go ahead and change those wiper blades.
Yeah.
And that usually is not an option. Or have a service at a shop that actually keeps records of what you've had done. But annually, you should be changing blades here in Houston at a minimum.
And,
Some people are much more often than that.
And to that point, Richard, wiper blade technology has increased too, because there's different style. There's different manufacturers. Obviously, you got Michelin and you got all these others that make them. The rubber companies.
yeah.
But there are so many double blade, single blade, sweepers, whatever you want to call them, and then there's so many for different cars.
Yeah, you have to specify what you want, because you can go from a $25 blade to a $75 blade.
Yes,
very quickly.
exactly. Yep.
And they are nice, but I think what we found is that no matter what, the rubber on a windshield in Houston is pushing its luck at a year. So
Yeah.
change that stuff often and frequently, and you'll be happier.
Yeah,
for sure.
twice a year is
Safer
prudent.
on the
Once a
roadways,
year.
You know?
Exactly. And then right when you need it, it's got that streak right in your view.
Yep. And nobody's supposed to be using your flashers if your car is moving. So hazard lights on when it's raining is dumb, and you should be parked on the side of the road, not driving.
Well, a lot of states have that you have to have your headlights on, period, during rain. And of course, the ones,
Oh,
the
yeah.
cars that already have it
Headlights,
automatic.
absolutely.
Yeah. Automatic
Hazard
headlights
lights,
are
no.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Richard,
Yeah.
it's always great to talk to you, my friend. We wish you. Are you going to take a vacation this year?
We went to Pikes Peak. We're going to Wheels, Watches, and Whiskey. We'll be back in Mexico in October. So yeah, I mean, those are all vacations.
Your
The
vacations.
working vacation.
Yeah, your vacations are certainly a little bit different than most
I
of
know.
ours. That just doesn't.
But
Yeah.
how many other people get to do this kind of stuff? It's like you
Well-
just take your choice, what you want to do, and go do it. And I enjoy traveling to some of these remote races and places that other people will never see in their lifetime. So it's awesome. I've now had 4 sunrises at 14,000 feet of elevation sitting at the top of Pikes Peak. And I mean, America the Beautiful was written there for a reason. That place is amazing. If you are a spiritual person, make your time to be there. It's
Right.
beautiful.
And then through New Mexico and things, the Purple Mountains Majesty at sunset is exactly
Yes.
what it means.
Beautiful.
Richard, thanks so
Just
much for
beautiful.
joining us today. We really appreciate it. And as always, best of luck to you for the rest of the summer. We'll catch up with you hopefully again next month.
Be great. We'll see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture. Is there a 4-door Camaro coming to showrooms?
Oh, Lord, help us all.
And Mars has the last blast before back to school bell. And that's all coming up here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be back right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Loopy Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Loopy Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Loopy Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Loopy Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Loopy experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
Hey, In Wheel Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. It's a fun ride and available on many podcast sources too. Grab one that piques your interest, and we hope to see you down the road as always. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. 4-door Camaros.
Yeah.
Well, you know, guess what? I read a story that Ford is going to build a 4-door Mustang. So imagine that.
Well, let's just hold on to the
Strangest
end of the
thing.
story, will we? Okay. Well, General Motors has confirmed an ambitious 5-year product offensive with dozens of new updated models in the works. And while the finer points are still locked away for now, reports suggest that Chevrolet could re-enter the performance sedan segment with an all-new flagship wearing the Camaro name. Again, for a badge that has always meant 2 doors and a back seat nobody really wanted to sit in, unless you're biology class, that would make a massive departure. a four-door fastback brakes with everything in the nameplate has stood for, yet it could also give Chevrolet the halo car it lacks once you climb down the Corvette lineup. These images, what we'll see here in this the segment here, show everything that could make the case work, from sheet metal right down to what might sit under the hood. Rather than mimicking a previous Camaro, the exclusive design study adapts cleaner, more sophisticated aesthetics up front with a razor-thin full LED light bar, stretches across the nose, and a bold hexagonal grille, while sculptured lower sections exude an aggressive stance. In profile, a sweeping fastback roofline flows seamless into a short deck, creating elegant proportions despite its four-door layout. The front fenders sport an arrow blade and emphasizes a strong axle-to-dash ratio, while deep scalloped doors pronounce rear haunches and muscular surfacing.
Those writers at Chevrolet.
I know, this AI stuff is crazy. At the rear, Ovid triplet element LED taillights are joined by a gloss black panel that highlights his broad shoulders, a sizable diffuser, quad exhaust outlets, and the LFA-inspired vertical air vents complete the bold look. Chevrolet's Corvette, Equinox, Blazer EV provide plenty of clues at what you're looking at. Performance flagship interior could head. I've got an opinion on this. The expected curved digital instrument cluster and expansive central infotainment display running GM's latest Google-based software. AI-powered voice control and integrated navigation will be integrated. The automaker's stubborn approach to be omitting the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto needs a little bit of rethinking. Bringing the Camaro nameplate to a four-door layout would deliver a genuine rear seat accommodation and a sizable liftback cargo area. Look for heavily bolstered sports seats, premium materials, and performance-focused driving modes. GM has yet to reveal any mechanical information, but possibility that it could use an evolution of the rear drive Alpha platform underpinning the current Cadillac CT5. It could adopt a 270 horsepower, 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder or a 350 horsepower 3-liter twin-turbo V6 in a mild hybrid assist. V8 powered in SS should be the I take that back. The V8 power in SS and ZL1 could feature the CT5 Blackwing supercharger, 6.2-liter LT4 producing 668 horsepower and 659 foot-pounds of torque. All versions would receive a 10-speed auto with a line lock and launch control, and a 6-speed manual for 8-cylinder models only. Should Chevrolet greenlight a four-door Camaro? That's up to you. It would compete with an in-house Cadillac CT5, the Mustang's long-rumored Mustang Mach-4 sedan. There you go, Don. Others rivals would include an upper echelon offerings such as a BMW 5 Series and an Audi 6 four-door. Pie in the sky thinking? Well, could be realistic hope. That's my story.
I don't know. Here's my thought. So what about Cadillac? Now, they're supposed to be the performance. Now, granted, they've got all of the performance in a four-door sedan, correct? In the CTS?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big motor, big stuff.
So the only company within the General Motors umbrella would be Chevrolet that doesn't have a performance vehicle and a four-door, because they've got a two-door in the Corvette.
Right.
So I could see, I hate to say, I could see the Camaro going to a four-door.
Yeah, and in the story, it says that you look down the Corvette line and the Cadillac line, and then boom, there's that four-door Chevrolet. And looking at these photos that are produced for this, they're all renderings. There's not a production car. There's nothing built. These are renderings of your Equinox and your this vehicle and that vehicle. And they're taking the back end of this and they're putting it in a design to make it look, a rendering to make it look, what does this look like? How could we make this work? I particularly don't like it, but no.
But we're old.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying this. Every 6 years, we're going to reintroduce the Camaro. I was on the reintroduction when they did the latest model, because Pirelli, I was with Pirelli, and we did the 21-inch tires. We were exclusivity for that. So all of the SS had the 21-inch. They were staggered fit. We had a big production, big meeting, blah, blah, blah. And then 6 years later, it's gone and back again. So,
Well, because they weren't selling.
right.
The Mustang was killing them, and it was time to pull the plug on it. Because, you know, you can only keep the Camaro name I guess in General Motors' mind anyway, is the fact that they all look the same from year to year to year to year to year in the past, I don't know, 8 years or so.
Yeah, it's been 6 years since they introduced it. It went away, and now it's back again. So, right.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Time now for driving destinations. Last blast before the bell. Please explain, Mr. Mars.
So, it's almost time for everybody to go back to school. So before all the beach towels get replaced with backpacks and your homework instead of campfires, there's time for one more adventure the next couple of 3 weekends. So today we're going to talk about hitting the road for 5 camping destinations, all within 2 hours of Houston. You can swim, you can paddle, you can fish, all the things that wrap up your summer memories that you can do in one weekend. So first up is Brazos Bend State Park. Now, this is 45 to 60 minutes from Houston, depending on where you're at. But this is where you're going to go get more of the Texas adventure if you really want to go that far. The family can set up camp below giant oak trees. There's 20 miles of biking trails. Got plenty of little lakes that you can fish along the banks and still catch some fish. You got to watch out for alligators when you go through the boardwalks. And there are some observation areas specifically so you can see some of the wildlife. Now, there's also the George Observatory here, which I did not even know existed. Now, this is weekend visitors can go here and look through the telescopes that are after dark and see some of the skies and stuff. So the kids love the wildlife. The parents love the easy access to Houston. So it's a great place to go for a weekend before school starts again. The next one is Lake Livingston State Park. Now, when I think of Lake Livingston, it's about 90 miles away from Houston. I used to go there to go fishing. Never thought much about going there to camp or hang out, but there's plenty of water. There's a lot of water, and then there's even more water. It's one of the largest lakes in Texas to where you can go camping, swimming, kayaking, canoeing, fishing, and they also have boat rentals if you don't want to haul your own boat up there. Shaded campsites, nature trails, a lot of shorelines. The kids can throw rocks, go swimming, lots of stuff to do when you're out, including a Friday night campfire, goes paddle boating Saturday morning, lots to do, again, for a Texas summer vacation before school starts. Then the next one, the third one, is down at Galveston Island State Park. Now, this is a little further, 75 miles from Houston, and it gives you a couple of different ways to go about it because part of the park is on the beach. So you can go out on the beach. You can build sandcastles, swim, then go to the bay side of the park. They've got marshes over there where you can get some kayaking, go do some bird watching, and watch some other wildlife. And they've added some new camping areas in the last couple of years. It makes it even easier for first-time campers to go and see some of the areas, take your bikes, and hit some of the biking trails. Then we're going to go off to Stephen F. Austin State Park. And this is about an hour from Houston. A lot of people don't look at it because it's not as big, but it's one of the easiest family camping trips to get to from Houston. It's on the Brazos River. It offers shaded campsites, hiking trails, fishing, bird watching. A lot of things you want to do when you go camping. You need to be close to something so you make it easier to get there. And the nearby town of San Felipe adds a bonus dose of Texas history. So you got a little things you can do if you don't want to stay in the campgrounds all day. When it gets hot, you want to go to town, you want to do a little running around, you got time to do all that, and it's close. The last one we're going to look at is the Double Lake Recreation Area. Now, this is in the Sam Houston National Forest area, about 90 miles from Houston. And it's kind of tucked inside the Sam Houston National Forest. Again, camping, swimming, canoeing, fishing. Got lots of shaded hiking trails that take you off through the East Texas pine trees. Now, it's small enough to be a small lake. It's not like Toledo Bend where you got boats doing 80 miles an hour across the lake. And you've got plenty of shade for cool. And the shade runs all the way down to the water's edge in a lot of places. So you can kind of stay in the shade while you're doing your fishing. So it's a lot of places that you can go, do a little bit of camping, get the family out and about before they go back to school.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Perfect.
All right. Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 15 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on the local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcast, too, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Welcome to In-Wheel Time. Just ahead, recalls. Guess what the auction car sold for. And Mike has a car review. Actually, it's a truck review. The hot-selling Ram 1500 pickup truck. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, plus this week's top automotive news stories. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley is listening, making sure that we're pressing all the right buttons and making sure that we're not overdriving the audio.
We're pushing people's buttons, all right.
Yeah, and you know, he'll find something wrong. I know, because he always does. I'm Don Armstrong, complaining once again.
The only button I can't find is the off button.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so we're going to start off this week's recalls. We got a few. Ford Motor Company. Yeah.
No.
Ford Explorer and Lincoln Aviator 26 to 27. Driver's seat may recline unexpectedly. Martha? Martha? Martha! Yeah, that.
She's napping.
I think every Mercedes-Benz that was built has been recalled, and I kid you not. Look at all of them.
Wow. There's got to be 40 of them,
Yeah.
at least.
From 2021 to 2026. Yours is probably in this mix somewhere, so I would suggest that you go to safercar.org and or safercar.gov and find out. It's a rollerway risk from a door switch failure.
So if your Mercedes starts with an M, you're included.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. All right. Also, let's go back to Ford.
Okay.
Ford Mustang Mach-E 23 to 25. Window glass trim pieces may detach. Another Ford model, two of them, Ford F-150 and F-250 Super Duty 21 to 26. Obstructed rear view camera image. I don't know. The gas tank lid is maybe hanging over the camera or something. I don't know. And improperly secured ignition coil ground bolt on the Genesis G80 for 2027. Those are your recalls for this week.
Yeah, not all of them are safety.
No.
Some of them are just an update. My car wants me to update it, the monthly update, but I keep putting it off, so I'll probably do it this afternoon.
You're a bolt.
Well, you tighten it up, I would imagine.
Okay.
Do the tighten up. You know how to do the tighten up,
Well,
Mike.
I know,
I've seen
but
you
I
on the dance floor before.
You did on one foot.
Didn't know you secure a tightened up bolt. I was just curious.
Well, put some glue on it or something.
Probably torque it.
All right, time now for this hour's little game that we play once a week. And this would be, what?
I got to get my thinking cap on.
Yes, you do.
I didn't bring it.
Here we go.
Mike.
So you guess how much this car sold for on Hemmings Sold Car Weekly Roundup. You ready? Here's our number one car for the week. It's a 1960 Ford Country Squire. How much did the 60 Ford Country Squire go for? Go.
That's
Happened here.
That's not it.
that's last
I
week.
know, and I'm wondering what happened to the Ford Squire.
Oh, hold on. Do do do.
Okay, come in.
Da, da, da.
Ford Squire.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
What's going on? Do we not have a car picture?
He's searching.
No, I think I must have loaded the wrong one.
Uh-oh.
Make something up.
Okay, I'm gonna go 17.
17.
Sight unseen, 17.
Okay, well, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. I had to.
Checking the
I'm
file.
looking here.
I had to get up and let the dog in because she was barking outside, and so that's where I went. Anyway, so the '60 Ford Country Squire sold for $28,875, and it is a very nice example of one that you would have gone in 1960 and bought right off the showroom floor. Not wide whites, but it did have white wall tires on it and had the actual wonderful wood siding down the side of it. So, Mr. Mars,
He's working on it.
oh, he's still working on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
working
Anyway, car number 2 is a 2013 Chevrolet Corvette. This would be a C6. And it is a black on black, it appears. It is not a convertible. It is a coupe. And I don't know if there's anything special about it. That's a file that we can't seem to find.
Okay, well, what's special about it is I'm going to go 31.
31. Anybody else is going to? We
can't.
We
yeah.
can't pull any of
Yeah.
that stuff up. So anyway, we're going to continue to move on with this. The 2013 Chevrolet Corvette sold for $26,250. Not a bad price. Next up, a 2008 Ford Mustang. This is a convertible, and it looks like it's got some speed equipment on it there. I'll cover it with the price up.
Yeah,
so you
looks
can't
like it's
see
got
it.
some mods.
Yeah, it's got some mods to it. And I don't know whether that's a factory mods, but it does have a loop roll bar in it. And so I would imagine that
26,000 and not a penny more.
it's been 26,000. Well, it sold for $29,190.
I'm only giving 26.
Okay. Well, you're in the ballpark
Yeah.
anyway. Car number 4 is a 1991 Cadillac Eldorado. God, I love that 20. I love that Cadillac Eldorado look. Can you see it there?
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
Black, two-door, just stately looking for the man about
It's a
town.
91. I'm going to go 14.
14. Sold for $8,000.
Okay.
$8,000.
That's a
I know that's a deal because it looks clean and it looks
Yep.
original.
It's a good one.
All right, 2011 Chevy Camaro. This thing is that horrible green color, and if you have that color, I'm so sorry for you.
It's
Don
a,
Armstrong is not into
it's a
green
deduct
cars.
for the green.
Yeah, it's a,
2011. I'm going to go
now, mind you, that car's 15 years old.
Yeah.
No, it's 5 years old. Sorry.
5 years old.
Yeah,
I'm going to
five.
go. I'm going to go 17.
17 sold for $22,785.
Okay.
That's a little steep for me.
Yeah, 17's better.
Next up, this is for you, Jeff. 1972
All right.
Pontiac Star Chief. Oh, it's a wagon.
Yeah.
The Star Chief wagon.
man.
Now it does have aftermarket wheels on it, but which I would have taken off and put some stocks
Glass
on it.
pass. It's not a Vista Cruiser.
No,
Okay. Star Chief.
no, this is a Star Chief,
Star Chief. Okay.
not a Vista Cruiser.
72. I'm going to go $9,000.
Really?
Yeah, I want it.
Well, you're not going to get it because it sold for
Let me
$30,450.
take a look at that. Let me see. No way. Come on.
Well,
man.
I ain't lying. There's the
I
price.
know, but that's not an original color either.
I don't know.
It doesn't look like
Well,
one.
I don't know.
I throw a flag on that one.
Okay, do that. Next up is a 1966 Chevy Corvette convertible. And for some reason, these cars are hot, and I don't understand why. I actually owned one, a 65.
66.
And it was a car that a buddy of mine at Richardson Chevrolet, we were flipping. And it was okay.
Route
I mean,
66.
it had been rode hard and put up wet, but we got a new paint job put on it, and I cleaned up the interior. And
27.
27? Nope. How about $62,000?
All right. Well,
And finally
dun, dun,
is
dun.
the 1964 Plymouth Fury. Is that what we have on the air right now?
Yeah.
Why don't we have us up there?
He's working.
Can,
on it.
can you
I'm
can you
trying.
can you expand us and put us up there? At least give them something uglier than that thing to look at. There you go. Just do that.
We'll do that.
All right. Yeah.
No, he's going back to it.
Okay. Whatever. 64 Plymouth Fury.
Any mods?
butternut yellow.
Oh yeah.
It probably has a V8 in it. Nothing spectacular looking about it. It's clean.
26.
21.
Ah,
Sold for 21,000. It's right there.
oh yeah.
That light,
It's a driver. Yeah, I'd drive it. I'd drive any of them.
21,000. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where Mr. Mars has gone. Oh, there
Oh,
he is. Mr. Mars.
Yeah.
So
He's been-
you could see what I was doing off camera.
No. Oh, that whatever screen, the black screen you had, yeah, it was up on.
Yeah,
screen.
the media thing,
media
whatever
thing,
you
yeah.
had. We saw.
My bad. I thought with me being off camera, I was off.
No, you weren't.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, so Mr. Mars, if you don't have enough to do, now we're going to give you something to do because it's
Now you're
we've
gonna do your
allowed
review.
time for you to do your review of the 2026 Ram 1500.
Yeah, 2015 is what we got.
That's what you got, yeah.
All right. So this is the 2015 Ram 1500.
No,
long,
it's the 2026.
26. You know what? I wrote down 2015. That's just exactly like you said.
All right,
I have since corrected that.
Here we go.
2026 Ram 1500 Longhorn Crew Cab 4x4. Now, the final assembly point for this is actually in Sterling Heights, Michigan, although they bring a lot of parts in from all over the world. There are 10 available trim levels. Not going to go through all of them. They run from the Tradesman up to the Tungsten top of the line. The Longhorn is somewhere in the mid-range there. They do have 3 different bed links you can get on this vehicle. And it is a full-size pickup with seating for 5. Now, this is it's on the outside of it. You're going to find you got full LED lighting all around, the headlights, taillights, all the courtesy lights are. You got tow hooks on it. You got power deploy running boards, and I really like the running boards on these. With the height of this truck, it fit really well to use them. It wasn't something that was awkward.
old
also has
man,
Sorry.
old man.
Yeah. Old man steps is what they are, and they felt
That's
good.
exactly right.
And it also had a bed step for the old man that was nice to have. And it had the trifold tonneau cover on it, and it's got Longhorn badging, of course, all the way around it, rolling on some 20 by 9-inch polished wheels that are nice looking wheels. It makes for a nice combination for this color. The inside of it got leather seating all the way around with real wood trim on it. Now, the front seats got massaging, they're heated, and they're ventilated. The second row is also heated and ventilated seating, although they don't have the massaging portion of it, which I don't care as long as I got it up front. Now, it's got the wireless charging on it. It's got heads-up display. It's got Uconnect 5.0 with a 12-inch touchscreen. Even the front passenger has an interactive display in this particular vehicle. So there's a lot of technology in here, including an 18-speaker Hardin Karman premium sound system. And you also have the surround view camera. So you can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it on this vehicle. The drivetrain. Now, we had the 3.0 liter inline 6 Hurricane HO. Now, this is the twin turbo engine on this thing. First time I'd ever driven one of them. I've heard a couple of people talking about them. They have they don't have the HO, so this is kind of unique in that it's got 540 horsepower, 521 pound-feet of torque. Tow rating is 10,000 pounds. Haul rating is 1,490 pounds. Now, I was a little surprised. I was really interested in driving this vehicle, like I said, because going from the 5.7 Hemi that I've got in the truck versus this, I will tell you, I felt like there was a lot of difference driving around town. This Hurricane is a lot more refined, but I will also tell you, you get up around highway speeds and you want to do a high-speed passing maneuver, this thing will get up and haul donkey on you real quick, real fast in a hurry. However, the EPA says you should be looking for in the city about 15 miles to the gallon, Highway 21 combined 17. Now, I only had the chance to drive this vehicle 154 miles, but I got 16.9 miles across that range. It's really nice ride. It's a really nice handling vehicle. It's got the 5-link suspension with active leveling air suspension on it. And then you can also have the manual ride height to where you can lower it down to get in and out of it a little bit easier. You're going off-road since it is a 4x4. You want to raise it up, you can do that. And it's just really smooth on the road with lots of rolling power, like I said, up at highway speeds. Now, the base Trim price on this vehicle is $76,405. Now, as tested, $86,090. Now, you can get in a base model tradesman for $47,120. So you look across the board at the GMC 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 in the base model, $46,995. The Silverado cousin, same thing, Crew Cab 4x4 is at $46,000. Even the Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4 will start you out at $46,700. So they're all right there in that same range. Then it just depends on how much you want to upgrade, how much you want to gussy it up from there. And
Mike, I need to know where I can buy my $20,000 work truck. That white one that I got my eyes on with the
Billy
hubcaps on it.
Yeah. Billy Bob's used cars right down the street.
So does Becky want one?
Did
No,
she even
she
ride in it?
Yeah, oh yeah. She liked it. I mean, the leather and the wood. I mean, it's what's not to like about it.
Well, I know.
Was just the
Except for the price.
$86,000 price tag is what she kind of hiccuped at.
How about that 7-year note, huh? How about that? All right, coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this 90-second break. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save the paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See this state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Okay, be sure and join us for our live show every week. In Wheel Time airs live Saturdays 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And of course, if you missed that, you can catch 30-minute podcasts of this show and others from the past at your favorite podcast store. Thanks for joining us today. Time now for the Cruise In and Events calendars. Jeffrey has
You
that.
betcha. So this afternoon, today's Saturday, the 8th, I want to wish my son a happy birthday. His birthday
Well, that's
today.
right, birthday boy.
Tonight from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at All American Muscle, Nacho Padres. It's in Rayford Road, Spring, Texas. It's a cruise-in only, and the entry is free. Then we've got one again tonight. This one's from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's the Brookshire Brothers Cruise-In at 21005 Eva Street, Montgomery, Texas. It's an open cruise-in, and again, that one is free. Then tomorrow, from 9 a.m. to noon, it's a nice little drive. It's a Cars and Coffee Fearless Performance up in Huntsville, and it is free also. So go on out there. It's at 1027 I-45 in Huntsville.
Right there by the prison.
Right
the
there by
penitentiary.
Sparky. Yeah, old Sparky. Tomorrow also 8:30 to 11:30. It's a short one. It's the Corvette Church and Coffee. It's at 8715 Spring Cypress Road in Spring, Texas. It's free also to attend. And I don't think you got to bring a Corvette, but bring whatever
Bring
you got.
your Bible.
Bring it. Yeah, then thump it while you're out there. Tomorrow also 6 p.m. to 11. You've got the Sunday Test and Tune. One last one today. I'm sorry. Next Saturday, the 15th, is the world's largest car cruise. It's the Woodward Cruise-In. Next Saturday, it's 40,000 vehicles, 1 million people.
Is it going to have television coverage?
I don't doubt it. Probably local, but not probably new stuff. They need a
Yeah.
chopper pilot. 16 miles on Woodward Avenue. It goes from Ferndale to Pontiac, Michigan. It's an annual event, yearly event. I've been to it long time ago. It's a blast. It's gotten bigger since then.
Well, yeah, and all the major
Oh, yeah.
car manufacturers are there.
Bumper to bumper hot rods and parking lots full of this and that.
That's next
and
weekend.
Next weekend, the 15th. Yep.
Okay. All right, some of the stories making automotive news headlines. I got a big, thick stack of them. Kia dealership in Louisiana fired a service manager after the business used parts from one customer's vehicle to fix someone else's car. God. Why not? We didn't have them in stock, so we just went over there and borrowed his.
And then we charged full retail and made a little extra money for the boys.
That's right. And plus, our customer that'd been waiting for these things, well, they did okay because we gave them some new stuff.
Now they're on back order.
Kia of Lake Charles, in a statement posted, you get that, Kia of Lake Charles, in a statement posted on its website, said it conducted an internal review after a video filmed by the customer inside the service department began spreading on local social media. Then it went viral. The customer, Shirley Poulard, told TV station KPLC that her vehicle was at the dealership for more than a month to fix damage caused by a tire blowout. When she went there to check on the vehicle, she found the hood raised and started filming while asking employees what they had done to the engine. Quote, "The only thing we did was borrow 2 fuel injectors," the man in the video says, as another employee can be heard asking Poulard to calm down. "We replaced them for free." Lawsuit follows.
Wow.
Honda's 2 Japanese assembly plants remain shut through mid-August as the automaker struggles to secure parts from a damaged supplier, even as rivals Toyota, Nissan, and Mitsubishi came back for a short time this week because of the earthquake. It's a big mess over
It
there.
is. Nasty.
Goodyear opening its first retail concept store in Detroit, the Goodyear Motor City Garage, where the company will showcase its products, technology, and heritage, while offering a vision for the future of vehicle care. Meanwhile, the company lost money last year and is ridding itself of the Uniroyal brand. The store will open to the public during the Woodward Dream Cruise that Jeff just told you about next weekend in Detroit. The store, Goodyear said, is inspired by concepts such as a Starbucks Reserve Roastery or a Nike House of Innovation.
That'll sell tires.
Exactly.
Goodyear said the shop will feature a custom Detroit-themed Goodyear Eagle racing tire as a tribute to a city that helped shape American car culture.
So you go to Starbucks and your barista's got a rubber outfit on or something.
Yeah, like the Michelin guy,
A mask
the
with a
fat
zipper
guy.
on it and all that.
Robert Plant's operations manager at the New York Repo has been extra busy lately. At his agency, repossessions increased 20% from May of last year to May of this year. He says, "We've seen a big spike since the whole Iran situation with gas prices going up. The average consumer is really struggling. Repossessions are the third rail of the auto industry. They're expensive, complicated, and sometimes traumatic. They require a significant expenditure of time and energy from lenders, third-party forwarding companies, and repossession agents, as myriad factors keep vehicle prices eye-wateringly high." I love whoever wrote this.
Yeah.
Repossessions are booming, and they're becoming more common. High costs to the consumer are finishing their boomerang, kicking up additional costs and complexity for the industry. It's bad. And there's a lot of repos going on right now. You could probably pick one up for cheap. Of course, you don't know what you're going to get.
True.
Let's see. Let me just bypass.
Talk through it.
I have many
Talk
stories to
amongst
get
yourselves
through.
while you,
Yeah.
old Bob Seger turns the page over here.
Bob Seger. That's great.
Yeah.
New car buyers favor basic driver assistance and safety features over pricey semi-autonomous systems as affordability concerns reshape consumer preferences, a new survey shows. Parking sensors, blind spot cameras, and adaptive cruise control topped Auto Pacific's survey of most wanted features by consumers planning to buy a vehicle in the next 3 years. Those features have an estimated price of $400 or less each. And more than 40% of consumers named them among their top 15 options, along with heated seats and dash cameras. The estimated prices were included in the survey questions. 26 future attribute demand study included over 19,000 future car buyers, and the 2025 survey had over 18,000, Pacific said. Let's see. How
So
are we doing
what
on
do,
time?
what do people not want? Did they?
They don't want that autonomous stuff.
Yeah.
Lane keeping assist, turn it off.
Yeah, turn mine off. It's very
It
annoying.
drives me insane.
Oh, me too.
I don't want to fight the car as to where I want to place the car that I'm driving in the lane that I'm driving in.
And if you don't know what it is and you've got it turned on, it's scary. It'll scare the you know what out of you. Yeah, at your first time using it. Yeah,
The donkey out of you?
it'll
Scare the donkey out of you.
Donkey do.
Like other teenagers, Peter McKay is an avid social media user. Unlike his peers, however, he's making a name for himself online. As an emerging automotive content creator, Peter visits dealerships near his home in New Jersey and films videos interacting with sales employees, walking around vehicles and recommending the best first car for a 16-year-old. He wants a F-150 or a GMC Sierra. Peter can't yet drive, but he can sell. He's already passionate about cars, so much so, he said, that his ultimate goal is to one day own a dealership. Peter has gained more than 1,400 followers on his Instagram account since he posted his first video in February of 24. He mainly works with dealerships in the tri-state area near his hometown, Manasquan, New Jersey.
So the kid's got chutzpah. He's got some things going on.
Yeah.
Why, and he wants the F-150. Why doesn't he shoot a little higher? Maybe find a higher end dealership in his city. I don't know if they got Ferrari or Porsche, and do it there so that they get to know him.
I think
in
that his work is being requested by dealerships all across the area.
Oh.
Now it's a matter of getting out of school. Of course, he's been out of school for the summer, but he's
Right.
got to go back. Peter has his sights of learning more about fixed operations and is working toward an internship next summer to shadow a dealer. Long term, he wants to attend Northwood University in Midland, Michigan to study automotive marketing and management, and he wants his own dealership. Auto dealers receiving letters demanding tens of thousands of dollars over violations of a nearly 60-year-old California wiretapping law. Legal experts estimate thousands of pre-litigation demand letters have been sent to companies, including dealerships, contending their websites are allowing third parties to intercept user information collected on the website. Some have escalated into lawsuits. Violations start at $5,000 each, and costs can pile up to six figures or more. Though many dealers are in California, auto retailers nationwide are receiving these demand letters. The California Invasion of Privacy Act was enacted in '67 to prevent unauthorized wiretapping and eavesdropping over the telephone. Now, plaintiffs are arguing it should be applied to the collection of user data on websites, and they're selling that data and making dough on you. The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We're going to wrap things up right after this quick break. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save the paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See this state-of-the-art shop yourself, free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Well, that's all for this week's N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, road trip, or a tall tale you'd like us to blab about, let us know. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. You can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com. The In Wheel Time video coordinator is we always need more Jeff Zekin. For booking agent and video editor Mike Out of This World Mars, Chief Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks to show contributors Jeff Heitzman, George Skelton, and the Lusk family, as always. Be sure to join us next Saturday from our Jewel City studios in Texas, USA, 10 to noon Central Time. Thanks to all of our guests today. Have a great, safe weekend, and watch those school zones next week.
You bet.
We hope you'll join us again on the next In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. See you then.